Hey, welcome. Today, we are going to break down the single most important idea in all of investing: assets. Seriously, if you get this one concept, you are well on your way to building real wealth. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what the building blocks are for your financial future.
Now, if you've been following our investment and wealth creation series, welcome back. This is Class 3. And if you're just jumping in, hey, you picked a perfect place to start, because today is all about the fundamentals.
And you're going to want to pay close attention as we go, because I've got a little challenge question waiting for you at the end, just to see what's stuck. Let's see if you're ready to put this knowledge to work.
All right, so let's kick things off with a big one. What in the world is an asset?
It's actually super simple. An asset is just anything you own that has the power to make you more money. That's it. It's something that works for you. And here's the absolute best way to think about it. An asset, it puts money in your pocket. The opposite, a liability, takes money out of your pocket. Our whole goal here is just to collect more of the stuff that pays us. Simple, right?
Okay, now that we've got that down, let's go on a little tour of the major types of assets out there. Think of these as the different places you can send your money to go to work. First stop, stocks. When you buy a stock, you're literally buying a tiny little piece of a company. You become a part owner in a giant business like Apple or, Google.
So, how do you make money? Well, imagine you put $1,000 into a stock. If that company does really well and its price shoots up by 50%, your investment is suddenly worth $1,500. Boom! You just made $500 because the company you own a piece of got more valuable.
But, and this is a big but, here's the trade-off. Stocks have the potential for huge returns, but that comes with some serious risk. The value can go up fast, but it can also come down just as quickly.
Okay, next stop on our tour, bonds. Now, if buying a stock makes you an owner, buying a bond makes you a lender. You're basically giving a loan to a big company or even the government.
And for giving them that loan, they pay you back with interest, which creates this nice steady stream of income. The catch? Bonds are way safer than stocks, for sure, but their returns are usually lower. You're trading that explosive growth for stability.
Now, what if you don't want to spend all your time picking out individual stocks and bonds? Well, that's where funds come into play. Think of mutual funds and ETFs as shopping baskets that are already filled with hundreds of different investments all in one go.
So let's quickly break down the two main flavors. ETFs trade all day long, just like a stock, and they tend to have lower fees, which is great. Mutual funds, on the other hand, are priced just once a day, making them perfect for a more hands-off, set-it-and-forget-it style. Both are fantastic ways to get diversified instantly.
Our tour is now going to take us way back in time to one of the oldest assets around, gold. For thousands of years, people have trusted gold to hold its value. It's not going to pay you interest, but it's famous for being a safe place to park your money, especially when the economy gets a little shaky.
Because it's a defensive play, gold usually isn't the main event in your portfolio. As you can see here, it's often just a small slice, maybe 10% or so, that's there to provide some stability when everything else is going a little wild.
And for our final stop, let's talk about an asset you can actually see and touch: real estate. This one is a powerhouse because it can make you money in two ways at once. You get that monthly rent check, and the property itself can go up in value over time.
The upsides are awesome: steady cash and protection against inflation. But the downsides are real too. You usually need a lot of cash up front, and let's not forget about the joys of maintenance, finding tenants, all that landlord stuff. So, that's the grand tour. We've seen all the main players. Now let's put on our strategist hats and figure out how all these pieces actually fit together to build something strong. This little table sums it up perfectly. You want growth? You look to stocks. You want income? Bonds are your friend. Want a nice balance? That's what funds are for. Need protection? Gold. And for a mix of income and growth, you've got real estate. See? Every single asset has a job to do.
And all of this leads us to the single most important strategy for any investor, beginner or pro: diversification. You've heard it a million times. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's literally all this is. This right here is the golden rule. Instead of trying to guess which asset is going to be the next big thing, the much smarter move is to just own a little bit of everything. That's how you build a portfolio that can weather any storm.
All right, you've seen the assets, you know the strategy, and like I promised, it's time for that final challenge. You ready?
Here we go. If you invest $1,000 into each of these 4 assets, and those are the returns they get, what's the total value of your whole portfolio after 1 year?
Go ahead and pause right here, do the math, and see what you come up with.
And that's a wrap. You now understand the fundamental building blocks of investing and wealth. You've got the blueprints, you've got the tools. So the only question left is, what are you going to build? Thanks for joining me.